Okay, good afternoon. Shall we start the session?
Okay,
Am I audible? Am I audible?
yes, sir.
Okay, great. Okay, today we are going to start our second chapter. That is, actually we are going to discuss about contract. In this chapter, we are going to discuss about contract and the formation of contract, the elements of a contract, and rights and duties of agent and the principal, and rights, duties, and liabilities between agent and principal, and some of the aspect about this contract. So previously we looked at various aspects in the context of social and professional issues in IT, like we looked at the introduction for this social and professional issues in IT. And then we looked at some of the terminologies like ethics, rights, values, policies, and code of ethics, and so on. And later we looked at IT-related risk, which are associated with business form, and some of the IT-related risk for individuals, and various aspects will be looked at. In this chapter 2, we will focus various aspects under this contract. So today we will discuss about, in this today's session, we will discuss about what is contract, and 6 basic contract requirements, and contract formations, and some of the example for this contract. So these are today's topic. And first we will move into this, the first title, the contract. So do you have any idea about this contract? Contract. Have you ever heard about anything in the aspect of a contract? Any idea about this contract? I think in your degree program, you will have a subject called business law. Am I correct? Do you have a subject called business law? Hello? Hello? Am I audible? Hello? Who is the class representative? Hello?
Hello, sir.
Who is the class representative?
Krishnavani.
Sorry?
Krishnavani, sir. I am
Krishnaveni.
the class. Yeah.
You are the one, Krishnaveni.
Yeah.
Please respond to my queries, and make sure that you all are clearly listening my side. And if you have any problem, in the connection, please do let me know, so then I can do some arrangement. Okay. Time to time, when I ask the question, you have to respond to me. Huh? At least you have to respond. Others are welcome to respond. If others are silent, please make sure my connection is stable, and you have to respond. Okay. So my question is, do you have a subject called business law in your degree program?
No, sir.
Don't you have any subject related with this law?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. No worries. Maybe that subject is for BBO or BCom students. Forget about it. Okay. So have you heard about any term or any concept or any idea about this contract?
Written or spoken agreement?
Sorry, written or?
Spoken agreement.
Okay. Okay. Any other idea?
Agreement between two parties.
Agreement between two parties. Okay, great. Great. Any other idea?
An agreement between private parties creating mutual obligations enforceable by law.
Okay, great. Telling something about the agreement and private parties and legal agreements. Okay, great. Any other idea? Any other idea? Any other idea? Okay. Let me define it. So in our routine day-to-day life, we are having a variety of a contract. We are practicing a different type of contract in our routine activities, routine life. Okay, a little later, I'm going to give you some of the example contract in our routine life. Before that, let me define what is contract. Okay, so basically the contract is a legal enforceable agreement. So it is a legal enforceable agreement concerning certain legal requirement between two or more parties, where each party agrees to give and receive something of legal value. So this point explain the contract is the legal agreement between parties, between two or more parties, and they are giving and receiving some sort of value. So they are agreeing this legal agreement to get something from each other, So it is a binding agreement. Contract mean it is a binding agreement between two or more persons or parties, especially one legally enforceable. So it is legally controllable. So it has a legal rights. It means the agreement has legal rights, or legally controllable, or legally it can be enforceable. So a business agreement for supply of goods or services at a fixed price. So for example, for the contract, the business agreement for the supply of goods or services at a fixed price. Say, for example, some business organizations are getting raw materials or some other spare part from outsiders, or service providers or suppliers or vendors or any other suppliers. So they are asking the raw materials or spare part from the suppliers, and particular business organization is having the agreement with the supplier. So there are terms and conditions, there are requirements, they have things to be shared between them, like the supplier is providing goods and the particular company is providing the money. I mean, exchange. They're exchanging something between them. So goods or services, they are exchanging goods or services. Instead of that goods or services, they are giving the money. Or it's you might see in some organizations are hiring some services like security services, or some cleaning services, or third-party services like insurance or utility, or any kind of services from the third-party organizations. So that time, for the service provided or for the service rendered, companies are giving the subscription fee or a money or salary or something. So for this, the transferable goods and services, they have an agreement. Actually, it is an agreement, legal agreement. There they have included their terms, the conditions, and the period of contract. I mean, how long this agreement will be, and the legal arrangement. If one party is breaking the agreement, what is the legal arrangement? So everything will be included in the agreement. So we call it contract. Got the idea?
Yes, sir.
Okay, here, look at here in this slide, there are a few examples, and you might encounter, you might come across this example in your routine, or you might heard about this this contract. So say, for example, a signed agreement related to a job, signed agreement related to a job. So if you are recruited for an organization, or if you are selected for an job, you will be provided appointment letter. With that appointment letter, you have a terms and conditions. You have your job descriptions and the organizational policies and some terms and conditions, and they are providing the offer. You have to accept that offer, and once you accept that offer, you are legally bound with that particular business organization or a employer, and you are legally agreed that offer, and you have a legal legally bound with that offer. So signed agreement related to a job. Have you ever seen a job appointment letter? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So sometime you may get a chance to see your appointment letter, or you may see, you can see appointment letter for your relatives or brothers or anyone. So at that time you can find the job related details in the appointment letter itself. They have mentioned the job related details, the employer and the employee related informations, job descriptions and the salary and other benefits related information, the terms and the conditions, and all the informations are available in the job agreement. So it is a kind of contract between you and your organizations, or the employer and the employee. And a credit card agreement. So not only the credit card, if you are going to the bank or any financial institutions, if you want to get any financial services like credit card or getting the loan or creating a opening an account or anything, you will sign a form. So for that particular service, you will sign a form. Let's say if you want to get a loan from a bank, so they will collect the required informations, and they will include the collected information in the certain places, the appropriate places, and they will print a agreement form. So this is the legal agreement. The terms and conditions, everything will be included in that agreement. And this is the legal document between you and the bank or financial institutions for granting the loan, or to opening the account, or to get the credit card or debit card, any other financial services. So credit card agreement, likewise, you will have a variety of financial related agreement. Online agreement when starting a Facebook or email account. So this is normally you all are practicing. So if you want to open any online account, like if you are opening an email account, or if you are creating any account with a social site network, so like a Facebook account or any other Twitter account or WhatsApp account, anything. So you are signing, you are agreeing, you are at the final, I mean, before you submit or before you finish your account creation button, you will be asked to check, like, I agree the terms and conditions provided in this document. Likewise, there is a checkbox. So that is also a legal agreement. That is also contract. Online agreement when you're starting a Facebook or email account. So it can be anything like a social media account or Facebook account or a Gmail account, Twitter account, WhatsApp account, Instagram, so anything. An agreement to buy something from a friend. So if you are buying anything, your friends or any other relatives or any other third parties, sometime you may sign a agreement, like the product related informations are included, and the terms and condition, the payment for that particular product, and everything will be there. So an agreement to buy something from a friend, like you are buying a digital camera, or you are buying a motorcycle, or you are buying a laptop, or you are buying any used product from your friend. So sometime you may sign a contract. Buying something from a store, like let's assume that if you are buying any uh, goods from the store, like assume that you are buying product, let's say TV, large scale, I mean this big screen TV from the Samsung store, or any other Damro store, we will sign a agreement. So in the agreement itself, they will provide all the product related details and informations, and its terms and conditions and warranty, and how to claim the warranty. So all the information will be in that agreement. Rental agreement with the landlord. Sometime if you are getting the apartment or house from the landlord, you will sign an agreement. So there your details, your landlord details and house related information are included. The terms and conditions are included, and that the agreement will enforceable for the certain period of time, like 3 years or 5 years or 10 years, the payment related information. So you will agree that agreement form. So mortgage payment to the lender, like assume that if you are getting any leasing or any kind of loan, so that time we will pay the mortgage payment. So there you will have a certain rules and regulations and terms and conditions. So there also, this is also one kind of agreement. Other than this, I think these all are the familiar example in your routine life, or you might heard about this example in your life as a contract. So other than this, can you able to tell some other example contract from your routine? Any other contract from your routine life?
Giving the shop for the render in the contract basis,
Sorry,
such as university.
sorry.
University in the university, some multi shop, some shops are gave to the contract basis.
Yeah, okay. This is also contact. So say for example, if you want to establish a store or a shop in any other financial, in any other state institution or any other place, you will be sign a contract saying that I will run a shop and these are my services to the customers, and this is how I will pay the money for your place or a store or a building or a home, and the usage of electricity, who is going to bear a bit and who is going to pay the money for the utilities, electricity, security, and water, and some other insurance. So all the details are included in that contract. Okay, any other?
So when buying a mobile phone, we will be signed into the warranty card.
Exactly. If you are buying any mobile phone or electronic item like laptop, mobile phone, digital cameras, or any other electronic devices from the store or a outlet, you will sign a contract. Like they will provide a what we call this form, agreement form. There you will put a signature mentioning that I am accepting all the terms and conditions, and all the details are included in that agreement form. Any other?
When we are get a vehicle for a lease.
Yeah, when we are getting the money for the leasing, the purpose of leasing is to get the vehicle. So that time also you will assign an agreement. The agreement is between you and the finance institution or a leasing company or a bank. So you will sign an agreement. So they are also, they have included all the terms and conditions and other stuff. Great. Any other?
So get the insurance for the property or vehicles.
Sorry?
Get the insurance for a property or vehicles.
Yeah, to get a insurance for vehicle or a property. So if you are getting the insurance service from the third party organizations or an insurance company, you will sign an agreement there. They will include all the terms and conditions and what are the legal procedures and how to claim this insurance and what are the acceptable risk or what are the acceptable scenarios or situation in which they will provide the insurance fund. Okay, any other?
In a business, profit share as the contract between the stakeholders.
Yeah, maybe. So sometimes some companies are issuing the share to collect the capital. So that time they will collect the capital from, they can sell the share in the share market. So people can buy the shares from the share market for that, from that particular company. And that time they will include the share price and the maturity of the shares, how much they are going to pay the share premium or the profit for that, profit sharing for that share. So all the terms and conditions and details are included in that share. So the agreement between the particular company and the shareholders. Great. Any other idea?
Sir, public exam admission cards.
Public
exam admission card.
Yeah, that is also contract. And if you want to sit for any examination, the government examination, so they will provide the instructions and the terms and conditions and how to behave in the exam hall, and what are the things you can bring inside the exam hall, what are the things you cannot bring inside the exam hall, and how to behave, how to obey the instructions. So all the informations are given in the examination admission card. So that is also kind of agreement. Any other?
In the hospital to make operations.
Yeah, if you are going for a what you call this a surgery or something, and that time you will sign an agreement there. So in between the hospital and you, so you are agreeing something, the terms and conditions, you are agreeing something, and there for the hospital services, healthcare services, they are providing or they are making this contract. Any other?
A loan agreement from a bank.
Yeah, exactly. Loan agreement from a bank or finance institution. Okay.
Check out book at our library.
Check out book.
At library.
From the when you are borrowing the books from the library, so they are entering some sort of informations, and sometimes they may give you the instructions form. There you have to put a signature mentioning that I am responsible for the damages or for the delaying period in submitting this particular book, and if anything happened or if anything torn or if anything happened to this book, I am responsible and I'll pay all the penalties. Likewise, they have mentioned all the what do you call this conditions. Okay, great. So these are some of the example for this agreement. So normally we call this agreement as a contract. Okay, what does it mean to contract? Contract about bargaining. So the both parties can start their bargaining. After their bargaining, so it will written as a terms and conditions and coming to an agreement. So after the bargaining, they are coming to an agreement. So coming to an agreement mean party A and party B. Assume that party A and party B. Party A is giving the offer and party B is accepting that offer. So coming to an agreement. So party A is offering and party B is accepting. So they are agreeing. So they will have an agreement. Coming to an agreement, being willing to be legally bound to your side of that agreement as long as the other party is bound to their to theirs. It means so both parties are, assume that party A and party B, both parties are legally agreeing to obey their terms and conditions. Both parties are legally agreeing to obey their terms and conditions. So basically, these elements are included in the contract. Now we will discuss about 6 basic contract requirements. So what are those? So these are the 6 basic requirements of a contract. And the first one is the offer. The second one is acceptance. Third one is considerations. Fourth one is legality of subject matter. Fifth one is contractual capacity. The last one is contractual intent. So these are the basic 6 requirements of a contract. And now we are going to discuss about these 6 requirements in detail with relevant example. Okay. So what are the 6 requirements of a contract? Hello?
Offer, acceptance.
Offer.
Acceptance,
Offer,
consideration.
Acceptance.
Consideration.
Considerations.
Legality of subject matter.
Okay.
Contractual capacity.
Okay.
Contractual intent.
Okay, great. Contract formations. Contract formations. So how to form a contract? How to create a contract? 3 elements contract, 3 essential contract elements. So these are the basic 3 elements to form a contract, to create a contract. What are those? First one is offer, acceptance, and the considerations. These 3 elements are very much essential for the formation of contract. Offer, acceptance, and the consideration. So here you see in this 6 basic requirements of a contract, the first 3 are very much essential to form a contract. That is offer, acceptance, and the considerations. Okay. now here you see why these three elements are very much essential. Because without all three of these elements, there can never be a valid contract. If none of these three elements missing, there won't be a valid contract. So these are the three essential elements to form a contract. So these are the elements, three basic elements. What are those? Offer, acceptance, and the considerations. So without these three elements, you cannot form a contract. Or if one of these element is missing, so we cannot treat it as a contract. So to form a contract, these three elements must be fulfilled. What the idea? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Now we will discuss about, so here you see the tripod, the contract formations. These are the three elements: offer, acceptance, and the considerations. Tripod being the three elements. Now we are going to discuss about there were 6 requirements of a contract in detail. What are the 6 requirements? What are the 6 basic requirements of a contract?
Offer,
Offer,
acceptance,
okay,
consideration, legality of
okay,
subject, contractual capacity, contractual intent.
okay, great. Now we will start from this offer. What do you mean by this offer? Any idea? Offer? What is offer?
The subject on which the contract is made.
Sorry?
The subject on which the contract is made.
Sorry?
The subject on which a contract is made.
The subject on which the contract is made. Okay. Offer mean what?
Providing access or opportunity.
Sorry?
Providing access or any opportunity.
Product?
Providing something.
Providing something.
Yeah, offers like an opportunities.
Offers like an opportunity. Okay, great.
Is a act of offering something when we are buying or when we are selling something.
These are the act of offering something. Okay. Any other? Any other idea? Any other idea?
Selling or buying everything under the special condition.
Selling or buying anything under a special condition. Okay. Let me explain you in this way. So when we are discussing about the definition of this contract, we looked at contract mean it is an agreement between two parties of two or more parties. It is an agreement between two or more parties. So contract, there you see two or more parties. Assume that two parties like party A and party B. So if party A is willing to offer anything, the party B is going to accept it. Am I correct? Assume the scenarios. So previously we looked at some of the example for this agreement, like a sign agreement related to a job. So there, what is party A is going to provide assume the employer and the employee. The employer is going to provide the job. Employee is going to accept the job. So what is the offer here?
Job.
Job is the offer. Employer is going to provide the job opportunity. Job opportunity. Someone previously mentioned the opportunity. So here the job opportunity is the offer. And accepting that job opportunity is the acceptance. Okay, assume that you are going to get a loan from the bank. You are going to get a loan from a bank. So what is the offer here?
Loan.
Loan is the offer. Bank is going to offer the loan. You are going to
Accept.
get the loan. Accept the loan. Okay. You are creating a account in online. Assume that you are going to create an email account. So what is the offer here? What is the offer here? So here the both parties, the Google, okay, Google and you. Google is going to provide something and you are going to accept something. What is the offer here?
Gmail.
Gmail account is the offer. You are going to get the Gmail account as the offer and you will accept it. Google will provide the Gmail account, you will accept it. And something you are going to buy something from a store. Assume that you are going to buy a laptop from a vendor. What is the offer here?
Laptop.
Laptop. Easy example, simple example. So offer mean what? In a contract, if a party provide anything to the other party is called offer. An offer is an invitation to make a contract. So basically, the offer means they are providing an invitation or an opportunity to make a contract. So in another word, we may say the proposal by one party to another manifesting an intention to enter into a valid contract. It means the one party is providing any kind of opportunity. So this opportunity is provided by a party to make a valid contract. If other party is accepted, it will become as a valid contract between these two parties. So here the offer, as I mentioned earlier, we can consider these also as some example for this offer, like bidding on eBay. So you may heard about this eBay. In eBay, there are auctions. So in that auctions, online auctions, you may bid a price. So here you are providing your offer. You are providing your offer, bidding on eBay. So you are providing your price. And if the price is finalized, you will get the product. Putting a price tag on an item in a store. Assume that when you go to any store or a sales outlet or any shop, in each product they place the price tag. So what is the meaning of that price tag? What is the meaning of that price tag?
Offer.
That is offer. For each product, they have a price. So if you agree, if you are affordable, you can buy it. So they are providing the offer. It means they are providing their product with a price tag. They are giving their offer. So if you are affordable or if you are okay, you can buy it. Okay, now you can understand what is offer. What is next? What is next? What is next? Acceptance. Okay, now tell me what is acceptance. Now you all are very clear about this offer. What is offer? And the second requirement is acceptance. What is acceptance?
Willingness to take up the offer.
Sorry?
Willingness to take up the offer.
Exactly. Willingness to take up the offer is called acceptance. Great. Any other idea?
Agreeing to receive something or the act of receiving it.
Agree to receive something or
The act of receiving it.
the act of receiving it. Okay, great. Any other idea? Any other idea? Okay, now you know this. Hello,
Yes, sir.
am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So you know this offer. What is offer? Acceptance mean if the second party or if other party willing to accept or agree that offer is called acceptance.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah,
The screen. Can't share the screen, sir. It has stopped.
cannot see the screen. No, let me share it again. Okay, simply we may say now can you see my screen?
Yeah, sir.
Okay, so simply we may say acceptance mean if other party willing to agree or willing to accept that offer is called acceptance. So acceptance mean the point at which one party agrees to the other party's offer. Acceptance mean the point at which one party agrees to the other party's offer. We may say agreement to the proposal or offer by another party. The agreement to the proposal or offer by another party. So in another way, we may say that the acceptance, the meeting of the minds, the meeting of the minds. It means, so party A is providing the offer and party B is accepting that offer. So the both parties' minds are meeting together. They are agreeing on one point. Both parties are agreeing on one point. It is called acceptance. So for example, here winning an eBay auctions. So you are winning an eBay auctions. It means there are several auctions prices for online auctions, and your auction price was finalized and you have been selected. It means you have won the online auctions. That time you see your mind and the what do you call this, the auctioneer's offer, both are agreed and you are winning the auctions. So you are accepting the offer. Buying the item from the store, it means, so in the store you found the items, let's say an electronic item or something, and you go through that, what do you call this, the requirements and the functionalities and the features and the warranties and all the details from that product, and you are affordable that price, you are okay with that price, and now you are going to buy that product. You have decided to buy that product. It means you are accepting the offer. You are accepting the offer. So these are some of the example for this acceptance. So out of this 6 basic requirement, we have completed 2 requirement. What are those?
Offer and acceptance.
Offer and the acceptance. What is the third one?
Consistency.
What is the third one?
Consistency.
Not consistency, considerations. What is the third one?
Considerations.
Consideration. So any idea about this consideration? What is considerations?
Thoughtfulness for other people.
Sorry? What?
Thoughtfulness for other people.
Thoughtfulness.
Yes, sir. Thoughtfulness for other people.
Okay, great. Great. Thoughtfulness mean what? Thoughtfulness mean what?
Somebody's promises, like an agreement. Like.
So simply we may say the thoughtfulness mean if a party make an offer, he or she must consider the other party's abilities, whether they will accept this offer, whether this offer will be suitable for that our second party, whether they can bear up it, whether this particular offer is fit for them. These all are the considerations. Assume that for a let's say consideration, simple, for a product, the price. For the product, they are deciding the price. So how they are deciding the price for a product? Assume that for a water bottle. For a water bottle, they are deciding the price. How they are deciding the price? How they are deciding the price? They are deciding the price based on their cost plus their profit margin. Cost plus their profit margin. Assume that for the water bottle, they can decide the cost like bottling. I mean the actual water and the bottling and the labeling and all these are cost for them. So they can decide, assume that for the bottling 10 rupees, for the water 20 rupees, 30, and the labeling and other labeling and the printing the price and other stuff, assume that another 10 rupees. Okay, 40 rupees for their cost. And again, they are adding their profit margin. Assume that, for an example, assume that they are adding another 20 rupees as a profit margin. Okay, 40 is the cost, 20 is the profit margin. Altogether, 60 is their offer. 60 is the price. Price means it is their offer. So what is the consideration now here? What is the considerations? They have to consider whether the customers are able to buy their product. In a sense, whether our product, in our case, the water bottle is, let's say for a 60 rupees, whether it is suitable, bearable. So whether our product is sufficient or satisfied for our customers, whether they can buy it, whether they can afford it. Assume that 60 is the reasonable price. 60 is the reasonable price, including your profit margin plus your cost. You are covering your cost as well as you are adding your profit margin. Assume that if they are deciding the price as a 200 instead of 60 rupees, so this 60 rupees include your cost plus your profit margin. Assume that if they are deciding for this particular water bottle 200 rupees, is it possible? Is it possible to buy their customers? Is it affordable? Is it reasonable? Will the customers buy this product? Impossible. Impossible. So these are the considerations. Consideration mean they have to consider the other parties, whether they can afford, whether they can agree, whether they can satisfy, whether they can meet our offer. These are the considerations. What the idea? For each and every product and services, one party has to consider other parties' possibilities, other parties' acceptance, whether they can accept, whether they can afford, whether they can satisfy. It is mean these are the considerations. What the idea? Hello? Hello?
Audible, sir.
You got my idea?
Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay. Consideration mean the bargaining of the contract, a benefit conferred or loss incurred at the request of the other party. I mean, for each and every product or services, other party is going to get the benefit. Other party is going to get the benefit from its usage. They are going to get the benefit. Sometimes they may incur some losses or damages. So they have to consider whether if you are buying this product, whether we can get the expected satisfaction or expected usage. So otherwise, whether it will create any extra cost or any damages or any losses. It applies to the both parties. Each party must give and receive considerations. Each party must give and receive considerations. So both parties' minds should be meet together. Here is an example. One student asked another, assume that in a classroom, one student asked another student, will you buy my used contract book for $5? It means the used book. One student is asking another, his friend, assume, are you going to buy my used contract book for $5? Okay, the second student says, I accept. Yes, I need this book, I accept. And hands over $5 in exchange for that book. Okay, he is accepting and giving the money to the first student. Now here you see, is there any offer? Hello, in this example, is there any offer?
Yes, sir. Book.
Yes. What is the offer?
Book.
Okay. Is there any acceptance?
Yes, sir. $5.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So offer is the book, acceptance, okay, and they are accepting the book and they are giving the money. In return, they are giving the money. Considerations. In this example, any considerations? Any considerations?
Yes.
Sorry?
Yes.
Sorry?
Yes, sir, there is a consideration.
What is the considerations?
Seller got the money for the book and buyer got the book.
Yeah, these are the considerations. Yes, both parties has the bargaining for both parties has the consideration. The party A, I mean the first student or the seller is bargaining for money. So he is going to sell the book and he is deciding the price. He is deciding the price. Now he is deciding the price based on the condition of the book, or the price he bought the book and the period he used the book, and he is considering the party B or the second, the buyer, whether he can accept this price, whether he can afford this price, all these consideration from his side. These all are the considerations. So what is the consideration from the buyer side? What is the consideration from the buyer side? He may think that whether this book is useful for $5, I'm going to give $5. So whether this book is useful for this $5, he may think. So the both parties considerations, the seller is bargaining for money and the buyer is bargaining for the book. So seller's target is to get the money and buyer's target is to get the book. So both must consider their side procurement. So this is called the consideration. Good idea.
Yes, sir, we got.
Okay. So out of this 6 procurement, so far we looked at how many?
3.
So what is the fourth one? What is the fourth one?
Legality of subject matter.
Legality of
Subject matter.
legality of subject matter. So what is legality of subject matter? What is the legality of subject matter? Simply we may say, if it is a contract, it should be legally enforceable. It's called legality of a subject matter. If it is a contract, it must be legally enforceable. So the contract must be legal to be valid. So legality of subject matter means the contract must be legal to be valid. It should be legal. I mean, parties should be there, both parties should be there. They must have an agreement, they must have a considerations, and the party A should provide the offer, and party B should be accept that one, and both parties has their side of considerations, and if so, it will become as a valid contract. So there is a legal enforceable. The contract must be legal to be valid. This is called legality of subject matter. Good idea. So why the legality of subject matter here? Because there are two parties. They have an offer and acceptance. They have their own side of procurement, I mean considerations. If a party break or breach the contract, other party must get the remedy or a claim. So if one party is affected and the affected party wants to get the remedy. So what must be there? What must be? There must be a legally, this contract must be legally bounded. The contract must be legally bounded. Then only they can claim their remedy for the cost or for the damage or a loss incurred for one party. If they want to get the claim for remedy, this particular contract must be legally valid. Good idea. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So out of this 6 requirement, we looked at so far we looked at how many?
4.
Four. So what are the requirements we have looked at so far?
Offer, acceptance, consideration, legality of subject matter.
What is the next?
Contractual capacity.
Contractual capacity. What does it mean? Contractual capacity mean? Contractual capacity mean? Contractual capacity. Contractual capacity.
The nature of the contract.
Each of the contract.
The nature of the contract.
The nature of the contract. Okay. Any other idea?
The legal ability to enter into a contract.
The legal ability to enter into the contract. Exactly. Okay. Legal ability to enter into the contract. Okay, exactly. Any other idea?
The ability of who is going to enter to the contract.
The ability of who is going to enter into the contract. Okay, exactly. So the ability of the legality of contract. Yeah. What is this? The contractual capacity. Contractual capacity. Simply we may say the parties must have the legal capacity. The parties must have legal capacity. So here you see there are parties, party A and party B, both parties are there. And if they want to enter into a contract, if they want to agree their contract, they must have the legal procurement, legal capacity to enter into the contract. A party must have the capacity to enter into a contract. So it can be decided by his or her age, the party's age, sometimes his mental capacity, sometimes his experience. So age, let's say if it is age, minors and majors. So minor category people are there and major category people are there. So based on their age, we may decide who are minors, who are major. So age and mental capacity. So mental capacity sense, the party must have the good ability to decide, to take a judgment, to understand, to read, to understand, and the subject matter or the requirements, the offer, the acceptance, what are the negative consequences, what are the legal arrangement, if the contract is breaches, what are the legal arrangement. So the mental capacity to understand the contract and the experience. So experience sense, let's say if it is a minor people, so they do not have the sufficient experience on the particular contract. So experience also contractual capacity. Here is an example. John, an intelligent 14 years old, he wants to buy some land for potential real estate development. Here is an example. John is the 14 years intelligent boy. He wants to buy some land for potential real estate development. Now, what is the contractual capacity here? Now the question is, does John have the contractual capacity to enter into the contract? Does John has the contractual capacity to enter into a contract?
No.
Huh? Does John has the contractual capacity to enter into this contract?
No, sir.
No, sir.
I
Why?
don't.
Why?
Because he too young.
Because he too
Young.
young. Yes. Though he is the intelligent 14 years old boy, he does not have
Experience, enough experience.
enough experience. Maybe he does not have the enough experience, and his age category is minor. So the contractual capacity here, John does not have the contractual capacity to enter into this contract. No, because John is too young to have the capacity to enter into this real estate contract due to his age and lack of experience. Due to his age career is minor, and he has lack of experience. So he does not has the contractual capacity to enter into this contract. For the idea.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we looked at the contractual capacity. What is the last one?
Contractual intent.
Contractual
Intent.
intent. So what does it mean? Contractual intent mean what?
Purpose.
Sorry? Contractual intent mean what?
Mental attitude when which party enter to the contract.
Mental attitude.
Which parties enter to the contract.
Which party entered to the contract? It means
Purpose of the contract.
purpose of the contract. Okay. Like the contractual capacity. So basically the contractual capacity define the parties capacity, their age, their mental capacity, their experience. Likewise, the contractual intent defines, or it refers the party's willingness. The party A or party B, he or she, himself or herself, willing to make offer, his willingness. At the same time, if the party B wants to get the offer, he or she must willing to accept that offer. Willing to accept that offer. There should not be any force, or there should not be any what do you call this, pressure on his decisions. So both parties must intend to enter into a contract. So both parties must intend, their intention is to enter into a contract. So their intention should not be made by the force or a pressure. So any third party pressure or any third party, what do you call this, force. So they are willing to enter into the contract. The party A is, assume that party A and B, party A is willing to give the offer and party B is willing to accept that offer. So there is no any force or a pressure. So this is called contractual intent. Here is an example. Kevin at gunpoint agrees to sell Bruce his house for $50,000. At gunpoint, Kevin is selling his house to the Bruce for $50,000. The contract is in writing. So they are writing the contract. The contract is in writing. It describes the house. It describes the house, like the size of the house and the rooms and the what do you call this, the facilities in the house, and all the details are written in the contract, and it is in writing, and specify the method and terms of payment. And the contract mention, or the contract specify the terms of payment, how Bruce is going to pay this $50,000 for Kevin. So assume that they may have several installment, monthly installment or yearly installment, how he is going to pay, whether it is a bank transfer or whether it is a direct deposit to the Kevin account or any other financial arrangement, or everything is written in the contract. Everything is written in the contract. Is there sufficient contractual intent to have a valid contract? Assume that. Is it a valid contract?
No, sir, it's not.
Why?
Because Kevin at the gunpoint, then the situation, he is in the pressure or force.
Exactly. So, though this particular matter has the contract, I mean, everything is in written format, and it describes all the, what do you call this, offers details and the payment method, everything is written. The offer, I mean, the offer was not intended. I mean, the party A, oh, the party A did not give this contract from his own willingness, because it was in the gunpoint. He was threatened. He was under pressure. So he is going to sell this house. So Kevin has entered into this contract under pressure or force or threat. Therefore, he did not have sufficient intent. He did not have the intent to sell his house. He was threatened, or he was under pressure to sell his house. So we cannot call this as a valid contract. So this is mean the contractual intent. Good idea. Hello?
Yes, sir, clear.
Okay, great. So what are the 6 basic requirements for this contract? What are the 6 basic requirements for a contract?
Offer, acceptance,
Offer, acceptance,
consideration,
considerations,
Yes, sir. Legality of subject matter.
legality of subject matter,
contractual capacity,
contractual
contractual
capacity, and what?
Contractual intent.
Contractual intent. Okay. So there are some other aspects also in this contract. The remaining slides are focusing on some of the examples, whether it is a valid contract or something, and there are different scenarios. And after that, we will focus some of the aspect in this contract by connecting what they call this agent, the principals, their rights and their duties and liabilities, and the agreement between agent and principals. So various aspects we are going to discuss in the remaining lectures. So with that, I'm going to conclude today's session by this level, and we will discuss the remaining aspect in the future lectures. Okay, any doubt, anything do you want to clarify? Any problems? Hello? Hello?
Sir, can you share the first subject slides in the VLE, sir?
Yeah, exactly, definitely. So we have completed chapter number 1, and I will share the chapter number 1 slide in the VLE. No problem, no worries.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Any concern?
No, sir.
Okay, great. So then we will wind up by this level, and we will meet by next week.